Today our story is completely different because I'm going to turn the smallest half truck into a mobile home for travelers. If you don't know, travelers are people who move from city to city and country to country at the lowest cost possible. And since they don't have enough money to rent a hotel, they need to create a mobile home. Their budget was low, so they decided to convert the smallest truck into a mobile home. Come along with me as I tell you how the traveler, Mark, and his friend transformed this truck into the beautiful mobile home you'll see in this video. But before we start, don't forget to support us with a like and subscribe so we can provide more content. And without too much talking, let's get started. Before I tell you the story, I'd like to mention that Mark bought this truck from Marketplace so he could turn it into a mobile home, making it easy to live in and travel to any city he wants. The first thing Mark and his friend did was remove all the seats inside the truck to create more space and build the basic framework for a small apartment where they could live and travel anywhere. For your information, the biggest challenge for travelers, adventurers, and campers is finding places to stay overnight, either because of high costs or because the locations that they visit don't have available housing to rent or sleep in. Now let's continue and see what they're doing. They didn't just remove the seats, they also opened up the flooring, took off the roof and stripped away all the coverings and upholstery to make more room for the structures they're going to build inside the truck. After clearing everything out, they faced a huge problem. The truck's engine was right in the middle of the vehicle, and they needed to cover it entirely with wood. So what will they do? Let's find out. The traveler thought smartly and said, well, the engine might break down one day. So he built a wooden gate that he can lift whenever the engine malfunctions, allowing him to fix it easily. Not only does the wood protect the engine and provide easy access for repairs, but it also creates an additional layer underneath where he can route electrical wires for the outlets he will install later in the truck. This way he can set up a complete electrical system without leaving any exposed wires that could harm anyone. After covering the engine with wood, he also added sound and heat insulation. This was crucial to prevent the engine's noise and heat from affecting him or damaging the electrical appliances he plans to use. The insulation was an important step to ensure nothing gets ruined in the next phases. He didn't just cover the floor, he also removed the side doors completely and replaced them with wooden panels. This allowed him to maximize every inch of space in the truck. Then he sprayed the truck's windows black to ensure privacy, preventing anyone outside from seeing inside. Once the truck's exterior was complete, he started working on the interior layout, particularly the back section, which was the most challenging part. He decided to use this space for the kitchen, saying that all he needed there was a washing machine, a stove, and a refrigerator. Since the truck's space was limited, it couldn't accommodate more than these appliances. Before dividing the space, he measured all the available areas inside the truck and built a wooden framework to hold each appliance. This design helped him make the most of the empty spaces between appliances while also concealing the wires. He even built a wooden structure and placed an aluminum pot inside to create a sink for the kitchen. This way, he could have running water without taking up extra space or adding a separate water system inside the truck. Remember the empty space that they created earlier in the video to cover the engine? Now, it was time to put it to use. They installed a complete electrical system that connects to every part of the truck. They also added electrical switches to control all the appliances inside the truck. On top of that, they connected the entire system to an external plug. Now, if you ask why they added an external plug, the answer is simple. It allows them to connect to any power source while camping or on the road, supplying electricity to all the devices inside the truck. They also connected the electrical system to a battery placed under the driver's seat and in the empty space beneath the wood. This was for emergencies, in case they camped somewhere without a power source. In that situation, they could use electricity from the backup battery inside the truck, ensuring they had a continuous power supply at all times. Not only did they add a battery, but they also brought in a large storage tank to hold enough water for a month. This would allow them to use water for bathing, personal needs, and cooking, but not for drinking. They also installed a motor for the sink to increase water pressure in the pipes, making it easier to use for washing. Plus, they designed the system so the water tank could be easily replaced every month. From the very beginning, the designer ensured there was a dedicated space for the water tank, so Mark could refill or change it effortlessly. If you thought the electrical system upgrades stopped there, think again. They also installed solar panels on the roof of the truck. These panels absorb sunlight and automatically charge the storage batteries every day, reducing reliance on stored electricity and extending the battery's lifespan so they wouldn't need to recharge it frequently. After completing the truck's full electrical and water systems, they had essentially laid the foundation of any normal home, transforming the truck into a fully functional living space. Now it was time to treat the truck as a home. They started by painting the wooden interior and filling the gaps between the wood and the truck's body with expanding foam to secure the structure. This step was crucial to ensure the appliances wouldn't get damaged by bumps or constant movement while driving. In fact, they even used foam for the ceiling and reinforced it with wooden panels, hiding all the wiring for the ceiling lights behind it. I want to share an important fact with you. The expanding foam they used serves multiple purposes. Besides securing the wooden panels, it also fills the gaps between them and the truck's original walls. This provides extra stability, ensuring the wood stays firmly in place. While waiting for the foam to dry and solidify the walls and ceiling, they began installing exterior lighting around the truck. This was essential for visibility and safety while camping, especially in the wilderness. Next, they laid tiles over the wooden surfaces in the kitchen and bathroom. This was to protect the wood from water damage and ensure durability. They secured the ceramic tiles using silicone plastic, which helps them adhere better to the wood and prevents them from cracking or falling due to external conditions. One crucial point to note is that the materials they use do not naturally bond together. This made securing everything in place even more challenging than designing the truck itself. While waiting for the tiles to set, they realized a major issue. Since they had sealed off the side doors, the truck now lacked ventilation. Even minimal stove use would generate heat and smoke, affecting the other appliances and bringing back the original problem of engine heat buildup. To solve this, they cut an opening in the truck's ceiling and installed an exhaust fan. They specifically chose an exhaust fan instead of a regular fan or air conditioner because it consumes significantly less electricity. While one of them worked on the exhaust fan, the other started installing the electrical appliances into the custom-built wooden framework. They also installed faucets and exhaust vents in both the kitchen and the bathroom, where the walls had been tiled for added durability. Once all the appliances were in place and connected to the power supply, they painted the entire wooden interior. This helped cover any gaps or imperfections left from installing the appliances, giving the truck a neat and organized look. Remember the movable wooden floor panel designed to provide easy engine access in case of repairs? Now it was time to conceal it. To do this, they cut and lined the wooden panel with a thick black carpet. The carpet was professionally secured to the wood, ensuring stability. Afterward, they reinstalled the wooden flooring to cover the truck's entire base, including the engine, making it look seamlessly integrated, just like a regular carpeted floor. Now, what was the final missing piece to complete the home? A place to sleep. They needed either a couch or a small bed, but had very limited space left. To maximize the remaining area, they created a foldable bed using two movable wooden panels connected with bolts. When extended, it functioned as a full bed, and when folded, it became a compact couch. After measuring the available space, they took the wooden panels outside the truck, lined them with fabric, and stuffed them with cotton for extra comfort. Then they sealed the padding with another layer of fabric, before placing the structure back inside, where it transformed from a couch into a bed as needed. Finally, after 3 months of hard work, the mission was complete. They had successfully converted a regular truck into a fully functional mobile home, complete with electricity, running water, kitchen appliances, a bed, a bathroom, and a cozy living space. With everything in place, they took the truck on its first camping trip to test the quality of their work and see how well their newly built home on wheels performed in real conditions.